So I am going to spend a little bit of time here in the organizational part. Under our folder tab where it says projects, this is something we definitely want to be mindful of. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Years ago, I started using Canva in 2014. I think it released in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. When I started in Canva, I thought, I'm just going to make a couple social media graphics. That'll be good. Well, before you knew it, I had social media graphics, and then I had a resume, then I had blog posts, and I had so many files in here, and I don't know why, but I didn't create folders. Now, I was a classroom teacher. I had my big metal filing cabinet in my classroom. I would pull out the drawers, and I had my labeled manila folders. So why I wasn't using in here my folders is beyond me. So my personal account for my business is still getting organized, but this one, where my Canva Learning Consultant account, is much nicer. So when you look here at my projects, you can see that I can toggle over to my tabs. I have everything's going to populate, and the way that this will break down, if you're selecting on all, it's going to break it down with any of your recent designs. It's also going to then show you any folder that you created. So you can see lots of folders. I'm doing a great job now organizing myself. And then down below, you'll see your designs. So here's what I mean by that, why the folders are really important. And I'll show you in just a second how to create one. So it's fine to see your recent designs. So that's kind of like they'll show up based on when you created them. But if I didn't have folders, and if I never used my folders, all of my designs would just land under designs. The problem with that is that it almost makes it impossible to find something. And when you begin using Canva, you might think you'll just make a couple of things, but before you know it, you'll have 50, 60, 100 designs. And it's nice because Canva will give you like little badges every so often, or like certificates that will celebrate, like you've reached 100 designs or 200 and so on. So if I don't use folders, everything is just going to land down here, and it's going to be a never ending scrolling. It would almost be like if your students didn't hand things in baskets, or however they hand it in, or through your learning management system. And if they put everything in one place, we wouldn't want that. So we can come up here and choose to add a folder. So if I click to add a new folder, I can name my folder anything I want. So for example, let's say I named it ELA theme. So theme is one of our standards to help kids understand this theme of the story. So we can have that as a folder, so I can land all of my ELA materials in here. When I'm here in this folder, it's nice too, because I can also add subfolders here. So if I might have theme, but I might have theme as it progresses through the school year. It might be pertaining to different books we're reading, maybe just different theme activities. So you can come in here and create folders. You can also, you'll see that same create a design, it'll be here too. If you select this create design while open in the folder, that design will now live directly here. You also have the option to come in here and upload. So just like we talked about, you can upload anything from your device, but you can also import from an app. So if you have resources living in a Google Drive or a OneDrive, you can easily import and then edit anything straight through Canva. So another thing I do want to hit on in here is that anything you create in Canva is private just to you. However, I don't know about you guys in the room, but when I taught 4th grade and 2nd grade, I was on highly collaborative teams. Thank goodness, because it made all of our lives better. We'd all break up tasks. We'd take on different things. We shared every single resource, making all of our lives easier. So keep in mind that if you have a folder, you can invite people to this folder. So if I wanted my teammates, so if I wanted Amy, she's one of my teammates here at Canva. And so if I wanted Amy to have access to my folder so that we could share this folder, I can add her to it. Now, if Amy's added to the folder, she can now see anything I add to this folder. So that's an option you have. There may be things you want to keep personal to yourself, but just know that you can share with teachers. So I will go into the sharing of like who can edit versus view or comment. I will hit on that in just a bit. So in here in our projects, a couple things before we move on. You can do a drop down so I can find all of my projects. If I wanted just my own projects, so these are mine, nobody else has access to these, I can select my projects. Well, I may have shared them with other people. But if I select shared with you, now I'm going to see anything that has been shared by somebody else. So you can see that I have teammates that have shared things with me here. And so I can see anything that's been shared with me by somebody else. So that's really helpful. So you can sort however you want here, anytime you're looking through your projects. But aside from creating a design and knowing where you go to create, the projects is going to be your next place that you'd spend a good chunk of time.